Second period tied at 1. Here's Keandre Miller, first rounder of the New York Rangers. Karam's all the way down to Peyton Jones, who was trying to avoid a faceoff.
Penn State gets a good rush up through the neutral zone as an errant pass goes. A little chip off the wall, and off they go to work. A little 2-on-1. Barrett comes in, and at the last second throws it over. Inamoto made a really nice play here, getting his stick in the way to just deflect the pass at the last second, as Penn State with a good opportunity in front. Inamoto just getting a stick in front, still a good opportunity, but because of the fact that he put a stick in a stick lane, Barrett couldn't give him a nice flat pass across. Still a great deflection to the net.
Alex Turcotte taking this faceoff versus Pavlichev, and Penn State's been dominating the faceoffs here in the second period.
It's funny, as good a stick as Turcotte has, the heavy stick of Pavlichev, we were talking about it with Gadowski this morning, he is so good at being able to preemptively stick check his opponent before doing the sweep across the dot to pull pucks back. He is a hard guy to face off against. He's a big man that gets over the dot.
It's another big man, not quite as big as Nikita. Miller will play it forward now on the counter. Calavidia dropping, but offside on the way in.
Some guys around the country putting up some big numbers early on in the season. Boy, do I like Cal Burke as a player. He has just been a gamer his entire career at Notre Dame. You see a couple guys that are playing in this game. Tice Thompson, if that name sounds familiar, that's the younger brother of Tage Thompson, who's playing in the NHL, and their dad is Brent Thompson, who is the head coach in Bridgeport of the American Hockey League. Brent, a long-time NHL player, tough, little skilled, good, solid, hard-nosed player, and his kids are really talented.
Redo the face-off.
A lot of players have been tossed from face-offs in this series. You're seeing it around college hockey. You see it around the NHL. There was actually some concern at the NHL level a year ago. There were some discussions, I know, between just people I knew in the industry that were talking to officiating supervisors saying, hey, if we're trying to increase scoring, then we want our centers taking face-offs. And if our centers continue to get thrown out, it dilutes the product because now you're just getting scrambles.
Gobetz right in front, looking for the rebound was Liam Folks, but angled away from his stick. Folks kicks it back to the point, a roller just wide of the Wisconsin goal. Now it's Gobetz fluttering it high over the crossbar. Barrett attempting to hold it in with Alex Limoges. Limoges diving, and it helps his team maintain possession. Folks for Barrett. Cross corner dump in. Here's Alex Limoges, the big man in front. Barrett, Lebedev, the save on Evan Barrett. Barrett again. Shot is blocked in front, hunting for a rebound. Lebedev takes care of it. Puck is still loose. Finally, the whistle sounds. In the midst of it all was Kevin Wall for Penn State, getting a few jabs at it. But the score remains tied 1-1 here midway through the second.
This is...
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines. Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
It is 7 p.m.
We crushed Tech by 40. You should be out there celebrating.
Let me smell your breath. Not a trace of Dr. Pepper.
Look what you're doing to her.
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
Header continues with a good one in Minneapolis as the Gophers host fifth-ranked Notre Dame. That's coming up next on VTN and the Fox Sports app. Join Chris, Ben, and Fred on the call. Hearing from Minnesota, the Jared Moe will get the start in goal for those Golden Gophers.
I like that Notre Dame defense corps. Good young defense corps, all freshmen now, sophomores. One more year of development for them. That's going to be a fun corps to watch as Bob Motzko and his group in year 2. Garrett Reboyne, Ben Gordon on board. I really think that program is going to take a big step under Coach Motzko as he starts to put his personality into the program.
And the players and the coaches know each other well now here early in year 2. It was a fresh start last year, just trying to get acclimated. This is Soucy's right in front. Lebedev gets a piece of it. It was Byro at the try. This is Brandon Byro. Tucks it back to the point. Malari's shot is blocked. Pelton and Bice after it, but Peyton Jones had an early beat to that puck. Pelton Bice there trying to center. Malari mishandles it. Dominic Mersch in front, but right onto the tape of Brandon Byro tearing forward. He'll toss it in. S checks over his shoulder to see who's coming. Active stick there from the goaltender Lebedev to keep that puck from the slot, and it's S up with it. Rifled right back in by DeNaples. Vorlicki down the ice. First back to pick it up is Cole Holtz. McEachern to Grattan. The all-freshman line roaming the ice for Penn State. They're wearing the white sweaters tonight at home. Going for the sweep. Kicked in by Keandre Miller. Messner along the boards. Jars the puck loose. Peyton Jones down to make the pad save. All of a sudden, Jack Gorniak has some confidence around the net there with another good look.
Another good play where Wisconsin generates a chance coming out from behind the net. Gorniak looks for goal number 2. Earlier on, Penn State had a pretty good opportunity. Put a puck along the rail and then third man high, and look where Lebedev comes out to. Just explodes off of the goal line to get out high, and he's been doing it all night. I think Lebedev has been a huge key. On the other side, Wisconsin, Gorniak takes the puck behind the net, beats DeNaples out. Jones, you can see his challenge a little bit more conservative as the puck's a little closer to the net. Jones, I've noticed as the weekend has gone on, just watching him play, he'll play at average depth in the crease, midway between the goal line, let's say the top of the crease, trusts his size and his athleticism. And Lebedev has started to do a lot more of exploding off the goal line to get higher out. I think both of the goaltenders in tonight's game have shown really good depth management in terms of the shots they faced and where they want to be to stop them.
Keandre Miller gathering speed. Here's Alex Turcotte. Back for Miller, right in front off a few sticks. Jones the save as Turcotte had a try.
Well, Keandre Miller had a couple of nice rushes last night. Does another one to the net tonight. And this one, and creates a chance out in front. Turcotte with real good hustle to get to the front of the net on this loose puck. Turcotte was in the corner, saw a loose puck coming, and really put the Jets on and got to the front. The other night in a game that the Islanders played, Anders Lee had a similar situation, former Notre Dame player, where he was a bit out of a play, but he anticipated something coming to the front, so he stuck with it, went to the front of the net, got a goal out of it. And Turcotte tries to do the same thing, good awareness of where the puck might go.
Ooh, weird carom, and it's a gift! Gift wrap goal! Alex Limoges, hello! Penn State leads again!
Wow! Penn State last night got a few breaks. Not one like this, though. Holy smokes. Just a simple dump in, hits something on the wall, comes out to the front of the net. Can't blame the goaltender for that one. He made the right play. The defenseman was going to the right spot, and just a freaky bounce. And Wisconsin finds themselves down 2-1. How they react to this, Dan, it's the story of the game right now. How they react to this goal will determine, I think, for Wisconsin, not only a lot about this game, but a lot about them. How do they shake that off? Can they park it, move forward? Huge to watch their next 2 or 3 shifts to see if that takes some steam out of their sails.
They're so young.
And that's the point. Young team, bad break, playing well, good road game for them, methodical, pro approach. However, they get a puck in quick and they draw a penalty here, so this will give them a great opportunity to seize the momentum back. Quick dump in, quick battle in the corner. As you get another look at a very strange goal that Penn State gets awarded, or Penn State gets scored. And now the power play for Wisconsin gets a chance to go to work.
Malari off, 2 minutes for holding. As the Badgers try to tie it right back up on the power play. Cole Caulfield. Ian Miller, a little back and forth. Caulfield rifles it through, patted away by Peyton Jones. There's Keandre Miller on the doorstep with a try. Miller now in front, but good cover as Talavidia with the clear for Penn State.
Good start for Wisconsin. One draw, good chance. Seam pass goes through.
They were 1 for 5 with the power play last night, Wisconsin.
Looks like Keandre Miller got banged up a little bit. He went to the bench very slow. We'll keep an eye on it.
Weisbach, Caulfield drives it in. Turcotte there waiting along the boards, along with Sean Doogie and Linus Weisbach. They all gather in the far corner. 55 seconds to go in the power play. Kalnick on the point. Turcotte outnumbered, showing his strength, allows Wisconsin to keep it. Turcotte the forward out there on the right point. Sean Doogie accepts that pass off his skate. Go Bets for Penn State will clear it on the backhand.
The triggers that Penn State is attacking are extremely aggressive. Normally it's backhands and bobbles, but anytime a player gets a pass where it's not cleanly on their stick, Penn State's going after it. I love how aggressive this penalty kill has been against an extremely skilled Wisconsin power play unit. They're not giving them a second to breathe, and they're attacking at times teams aren't used to getting attacked.
And now creating chances, perhaps. Instead, Talavidia just electing to keep possession. Down to single digits left in the power play. Malari is out of the box.
Kalanick's exhausted. They got a couple of guys on there that have been out there a little long. They got to get off.
Emberson shoots it in. Halts there. Saw that Lindmark was coming. Soucies will help that puck out of the zone. Under 5 minutes to go in the second period. Penn State on top 2-1. Byro misses the pass. Racing after it, Kevin Wall. An opportunity for Wall to play with the big guys. Soucy's the shot. That's muffled off the pad of Lebedev. Malari thought about it now. Shoots it wide. Shots coming from every direction, and a good chance for Lebedev to grab that puck and get a little breather and break right now. His team under duress. They've gotten a bad break in this period. Limoges buries it. Nittany Lions lead.
1, 2, 1, 2. No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
Well, this is a guy, Guy Godowski, who's coached in a lot of protocols, including Roller Hockey International, the now extinct league, coach of Oklahoma City, the San Jose Rhinos, and he made the point that that might be the best coaching and learning experience he ever had because the league was brand new, so you couldn't pick up the phone and call an older coach like Ken Hitchcock. You had to make everything up on the fly, and he had to use his mind and creativity, and it's paying off every day, it seems.
He's always been a creative coach, very influenced by the 1980s Oilers as a Sherwood Park, Alberta native, and as he told us, there's a lot that those teams did back in the 80s in Edmonton that is still applicable in today's game, starting with getting your defensemen involved, utilizing your skill, playing with pace, and going north quick.
Have about 20 breakaways a game back in the day in Roller Hockey International. It was exciting.
Well, it was 4-on-4. That was that was the part that was really intriguing when it came to
Right in front, Folks looking for it. Barrett as well. Lebedev is able to prevent that centering feed from coming. Folks again. Knocks it back to the point. Malari. That pass off the boards with intentions. Folks deflecting to Malari. That slap shot off a leg and wide. Looks like a Penn State power play here. Barrett down to Limoges, and this top line reunited for a brief moment.
Long shift for Wisconsin here. Penn State just was able to make a change.
Good puck protection from Evan Barrett. Gets it down to Alex Limoges. Messner in there. DeNaples. High wrist shot. Doesn't see Lebedev as it hit congestion on the way. The points are available. McMenamin looking for a rebound as Cole halts. Lebedev is down early. He's lost his stick for a moment. DeNaples the drive wide. Exhausted Badgers racing around, desperately trying to get it out. Lebedev, the save, bodies down in front of him, and a scramble ensues. And a much-needed whistle for Wisconsin.
And tonight, Lebedev is the guy that's grinding. We talked about Jones grinding last night. Boy, is Lebedev doing it right now. The two things that you notice about him tonight, his stick's been great on the ice to get pucks away, and his glove's been terrific. He's catching everything that he can. But here, watch how he battles for this rebound. He gets knocked out of the way, gets back out in front, digging for pucks, fighting for pucks, drop the stick, use your hands, anything you can to make sure he gets stopped. Watch Grattan rolls off the back of Emerton, and now the puck's laying around, but Lebedev never gave up on it to find it. He's been on top of his crease. He's been great with his legs. And what I tell you last night, when he catches pucks early, he generally is on. He caught 2 pucks early on in this game, and it gave him all the confidence he needed to get the rest of his game started.
Sternshine angles Wyatt Kalnick off the puck. Gunned in by Cole Caulfield, approaching the final 2 minutes of the second period.
I think I was offside. You can always tell with a goaltender when they're on. A couple of things will be indicative. Number one is the rebound control will be good. And number two is they will be aggressive and out on top of their crease. Even if they're goaltenders that like to play a little deeper to the net, they'll still have that same aggression. They'll still be at the maximum depth that they like to play at. That's how you can tell. When a goalie's off, they tend to bobble a lot of pucks and they tend to sit deeper in the crease.
You were a goalie back in the day, Dave, and I know you still follow it closely, so you're aware of the equipment. Back in the day, sometimes they didn't even wear masks. Small pads.
Not that old.
Are they the most well-protected players out there nowadays?
Oh, it's amazing the improvements in protection for the goalies even over the last 10 years. But gloves are better. Pads are better.
Kalnick, the shot, he scores! Wyatt Kalnick has tied it for Wisconsin.
No matter how much better the equipment gets, you still got to be able to use it. And Kalnick's shot was so good, he didn't give Jones a chance to get the glove up and get a glove on it. Wisconsin gains his own right down the middle, which they've been trying to do all night, and it's just a good bump to Kalnick, who doesn't waste any time. And that is the key to the play. Look at Dick Lidstrom on this play. On his stick, off his stick. Look at the flex he gets. He doesn't waste any time, and he gets it up, forcing Jones to move his glove out of a low crouch. He put it in a spot that handcuffed him. It's a great shot off a great play. Bottom line for Kalnick. Didn't waste any time. Got it. Let it fly. No dusting.
It's nice to see for Wyatt Kalnick. At times he fought it a little bit last night. Excellent finish there for his first goal of the season.
Now, what did we say when Wisconsin gave up? Oh, we got a little fun going on in Greece in the introductions.
It's a flashback to last night.
Baker gets involved. Doogie involved. Last night, one of the funny things I saw last night was Doogie moving Pavlichev out of the way. Just the picture, the still picture alone was worth a million words. But this thing gets quieted down. I think we might have matching minors as Tony Czech is heading towards the box. But like I said, when Wisconsin gave up that goal, what did we talk about? Young team, what's the most important thing? What's their response? Pretty darn good. They gave up a couple of chances. Their goalie's been great. No leakers. Game didn't fall apart on them. And they grinded it out to get one back on a good chance. And that is a huge response from the Badgers.
Growing up on the fly.
That's what this game's all about. You make your mistakes and you learn from, and that's what Marco Sicchi talked to me about yesterday when it comes to his team. And he runs the defense, but when it comes to the entire team, especially his defense core, and guys like Kalanick, play fast, learn fast. So if it doesn't go well in a rush, come back to the bench, let's get it discussed quick, and let's move on. And that is the emphasis on his defense core, but it's the emphasis that Tony Granato has on his team, and that we know we're going to make mistakes. What do we do with them?
The middle of the ice was a focus from the Wisconsin coaching staff. They wanted to be better tonight than last night. Have they been?
I think so. Early on in the game, Penn State, and here's the thing, it's not like they are dominating down the middle, but they have taken advantage of the couple of chinks in the armor when Penn State has not had a good gap in the middle or not had that third guy back to take away the middle lane, or the backside pressure wasn't there. When Wisconsin's been able to use their speed to exploit the space that they have, then that part of their game has been good.
There's Tony Granato, Guy Gadowski for Penn State. It's interesting talking to Coach Granato this week. He's such an experienced guy, 13 years playing in the NHL, long-time coaching career. Said some of the most valuable things he learned was being an assistant under Joel Quenneville in Colorado, because Tony, of course, was a forward his whole career. He didn't know much about defensemen or how to teach defensemen, and really absorbed a lot from the great coach Joel Quenneville, now the head man down in Florida.
Anytime you get an opportunity to work with a great coach, especially when it didn't play your position, it's almost similar to when we tell players, play a position that you don't play, and it really gives you another opportunity to see it. But take a look at the NHL right now. Most coaching staffs at least have an ex-forward, ex-defenseman on it. Obviously, you got your goalie coach there too. But when you watch practices, all the coaches are able to work with all the different players, and that's where the game has evolved to. But the communication between all of these coaches, whether they're college guys who talk to each other in different conferences, college guys to the pro guys, whatever, it is amazing the sharing of information that goes on, because there's so much of it out there.
Taking a closer look here, a little video review from the penalty box.
We are not sure exactly what they're looking at. As soon as we know, we will tell you. But this is something we discussed a little bit last night. It's become a topic of conversation around the hockey world, but especially the college hockey world, and that is the length of some of these reviews and what they do to the pace and pulse of a game.
It ceases momentum. Games are taking too long, a lot of people feel.
Yeah, absolutely. What we've been told downstairs is Wisconsin is challenging something. We just do not know what yet. But this is, like, use your technology to make sure you get things right. That's great. I think there is a lot of discussion going on. Are we as a sport overusing technology for every little thing? Now, I'm wondering if they're looking at a potential grabbing of a face mask, which would be a major. Is there contact to the head? I mean, you cannot grab a face mask, that's for sure. And obviously you can never make contact to the head. So I'm wondering if that's part of what they're looking at.
And here's the thing, Dave. We are always cognizant of TV viewers, but how about the 6,000 people here inside Pagula Ice Arena who have had a break in action for about 3 minutes now, and they don't know why they're breaking for action, what they're looking at.
I got news for you. Most people are watching this game at home, and probably in the kitchen at the moment, trying to figure out what they're going to snack on between periods. And you're right. There is a great pulse in this building, and you just feel in the air going out of the blue. The intensity of this building right now is terrific. And at the moment, it has really gone to low tide. Couple players in the box. Gratton's in for Penn State. And Baker is in for Wisconsin.
Looks like we're almost ready to play hockey here again on the Penn State campus with a minute 23 to go in the second period. Nothing settled yet.
The extra penalty right now is to Penn State. So Wisconsin, having just scored, I mean, just kind of grab this game back a little bit. And in a momentum-changing time of the period, you get into 3 minutes. Those are your momentum swing times of the periods. First three, last three. Wisconsin with 1:23 to go now winds up with a power play. Like I said, just having kind of grabbed this game back.
So delay lasted almost 7 minutes. So it's a Badger power play, trying to reclaim the lead here in the final moments of the second period. Weissbach. Turcotte returning to Linus Weissbach. Turcotte, the power move in front, couldn't pull it off. Rolling puck, catching up to it, Cole Caulfield. Weissbach's shot is blocked, and that stung. It's DeNaples, and he has trouble getting up and even putting weight on that leg. He tries to go to the bench, but then sees the pressure coming. He's got to stay on the ice. Holloway. Low shot, blocked. Holloway. DeNaples from the ground gets his stick on it to help break it up and clear, and he goes to the bench on one leg. That will get you a lot of love from your teammates.
That's unbelievable. He was in a shot lane as it came in, and he just turned his body and took another one.
Goes to the bench, and it's like he scored a goal. Everyone wants to celebrate that effort and sacrifice. 12 seconds to go in the period. Holloway finally pries it loose. Right in front, that's tapped wide by Caulfield. And they run out of time. They'll start the third period. The Wisconsin Badgers on the power play for the first 37 seconds.
Two big block shots by DeNaples, who just has made a habit of eating pucks here as a member of the Penn State defense. This one catches him on the inside of his knee, which probably numbed up his leg. I would bet that's one of the reasons he couldn't get anywhere. And then look how he gets himself wide, gets himself big, and takes that second shot. Great job by the young defenseman.
Wisconsin, they respond much better. They got much better in the face-off circle as well. That young team, they pass another test. Right now tied with Penn State 2-2 after 2.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines. Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Go State!
Go State! State!
State? His first words. You are my son.
State stinks!
State stinks?
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
Let me introduce me. Here I come. Yeah. Here I go.
Play it cool and escape heartburn fast with new Tums Chewy Bites cooling sensation.
Gatorade packs carbs to refuel and electrolytes to replenish, so you can bring the heat. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Emma cares about our kids and our environment. So Emma fills up with unleaded 88 to keep our air cleaner and healthier. And she really likes the money she saves at the pump. Unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind.
I've lost 2 homes in my lifetime. Both times, my independent agent and auto owners took care of me like someone takes care of family.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance.
T-Mobile's newest, most powerful signal is here. Experience it with the amazing new iPhone 11. And right now, T-Mobile has the best deal on iPhone. Get 4 lines of unlimited with 4 iPhone 11s included for only $35 a line.
Discover automatically matches all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year. Dollar for dollar. Millions of people a year get their cash back matched. What are you waiting for? Unlimited cash back match. Only from Discover.
The BTN Intermission Report is presented by Auto Owners Insurance.
Things are getting a little chippy in Happy Valley, aren't they? Through the first 40 minutes of action, as we welcome you back to the Auto Owners Insurance Intermission Report, will we expect anything less than 3 goals from 2 of the top 5 scoring offenses in the nation? We would not. We begin these highlights with the second period. Penn State trailing 1-0 with the man advantage. And Brandon Byro lets it rip, the captain, with a nice centering pass there by Pavlichev. Byro's 5th goal of the season. Penn State tying it at 1. Later on in the second, same score here. Penn State dumping the puck in. A crazy bounce there. Yeah, have another look. That was a favorable bounce from Alex Limoges. I think he'll take it. Penn State up by 1. 2 minutes left now. Wisconsin on the rush. Wisconsin looking to capitalize and tie it up late, and they do. It's Wyatt Kalynuk who rips it from the high slot, tying the game 2-2. And that is how the second period would conclude. The Badgers with a huge comeback, tying that one at the last moments. Penn State ripping off shots, though, in the second period, 24-16, outshooting Wisconsin right now, capitalizing on the power play as well. But Wisconsin is rolling, and Wyatt Kalynuk is with our crew on site, catching up with the guys.
Good to be joined by the captain for the University of Wisconsin, Wyatt Kalynuk. And Wyatt, what's been the difference from tonight versus last night?
I just think tonight we're putting pucks in. We're getting after them a little bit more. I think last night we were a little bit too cute with the puck. Too many plays at the line. Tonight we're getting in, we're drawing penalties, and it's working out a little better for us.
And as a defense corps, you guys are a little bit under siege because of some of the carelessness with the puck last night. Did the defense corps get in the minds of some of the forwards? Did you guys get in your minds collectively to talk about getting better detail and better structure in terms of puck handling and moving forward?
Yeah, I think so. That was what we kind of talked about this morning. I think a big part of it was what I just said, getting it in behind them, because they're a team that feeds off of turnovers in transition. They send guys all night long, so getting in behind them was definitely something we talked about.
One thing that we set up here after the 2-1 goal, that crazy goal, was the response of Wisconsin is going to be worth watching, because it could set the tone for the game. They could set the tone for the rest of the season. How did you like the response?
Yeah, I think so. I think obviously bounces like that, they suck, but they're going to happen. I thought our response was great. I think Daniel especially responded great. He's been kicking us all night, and yeah, I thought our response was huge.
Wyatt, don't get hit by a teddy bear. Take cover, and thanks for the time.
Absolutely, no problem.
The annual teddy bear toss taking place in Happy Valley. Always a special time for the Nittany Lion fans. A special feature on Wisconsin side right after this.
Hey, Guy. Hi there. Welcome to...
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
It is 7 p.m.
We crushed Tech by 40. You should be out there celebrating.
Let me smell your breath. Not a trace of Dr. Pepper.
Look what you're doing to her. Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
Let me introduce me.
cool and escape heartburn fast with new Tums Chewy Bites Cooling Sensation.
I've lost 2 homes in my lifetime. Both times, my independent agent and auto owners took care of me like someone takes care of family.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance.
T-Mobile's newest, most powerful signal is here. Experience it with the amazing new iPhone 11. And right now, T-Mobile has the best deal on iPhone. Get 4 lines of unlimited with 4 iPhone 11s included for only $35 a line.
Discover automatically matches all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year. Dollar for dollar. Millions of people a year get their cash back matched. What are you waiting for? Unlimited cash back match, only from Discover.
This is going to be fascinating to watch. The Big Ten is probably the deepest conference.
This is the team to beat in the East.
I love the style of football. This is going to be awesome. I'm buying the hype.
The Big Show. Weeknights on BTN and the Fox Sports app.
No matter how early you're up or how late you're running, when you start your day at Speedway, we've got what you need to have a good morning. We've got it hot. We've got it cold. We've got it sprinkled. We've got it ready. We're here to make your morning a little better. Because when you get off to a better start, you go on to a better day. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
We're back on the Auto Owners Insurance Intermission Report. The captain, Wyatt Kalanick, getting the equalizer for Wisconsin, tying this one at late 2-2 in the second period. Sensational, a workhorse, detail-oriented. Those are just a few of the characteristics used to describe Badger freshman standout Cole Caulfield. The 15th overall pick from this year's draft is one of the most dedicated players to the sport of hockey, and his relentless drive to improve each day is what sets him apart from the good to the spectacular. Our Paul Caponegri sought out the young star when he visited Madison.
Okay, in the Wisconsin locker room with freshman Cole Caulfield, also and a first-round draft pick, the Montreal Canadiens. We're going to take a look at his stick because this guy's a sniper, and kind of what you go into with your stick, why you tape it, the way you do all that kind of stuff. So we'll start with the handle because everyone's got their different thing. What do you do here? You see he's got the grip tape, so talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I cut like tape in half, and then I do.
Right, so you want a very small.
Yeah, I kind of.
With your bottom hand or your top hand.
I kind of tried a lot of stuff out in the last couple of years, but I kind of stuck with this, and I go around 15 times.
15?
Yeah.
It's exactly every time. Okay,
yeah,
hey,
and then,
we were crazy hockey players. We all got weird things. So 15?
Yeah, 15, and that's all. There's nothing under the grip tape. It's just, red grip tape, and then there's just like numbers and stuff right here.
Well, okay, so you got CC, and then what is this?
This is Pick Your Poison.
Okay, is that, okay, you gotta give us, what's that all about?
I saw an Instagram caption.
Okay.
And then, so I kind of like that. 13 is my number last year.
Okay.
And CC is the initials.
And then 8 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Now we know. Okay, now he told me before spray paint.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
I saw Jeff Skinner do it last year.
40-goal scorer in the NHL.
Yeah, so, I kind of just tried it. It's a little something different.
Now you do the whole blade too?
Yeah, they call it the sock. I think it just kind of looks cool. I
love it. No,
you can't
it's
really
great.
see it anymore with the spray paint, but kind of stuck with it. And,
and the tape all the way up here. Look good, feel good, play good.
You bet.
It's kind of working out for him too, so I'm not going to question any of it. But it's interesting how everyone's got their own ways. Do you feel like you're pretty normal when it comes to this stuff?
Yeah, I haven't changed anything in a long time. So
why would you?
Yeah.
Honestly.
There's nothing too crazy about it. The curve,
Okay.
I've kind of stuck with the curve.
Yeah, what's the curve on it?
It's a P40.
P40.
There's nothing
All the
really
kids
to
out
it.
there are going to be watching this like, Mom and Dad, I need a P40. Let's go.
Yeah, there's nothing. It's pretty
basic.
Yeah, there's nothing too special about it. I've used it kind of my whole life, so yeah, I just got used to it.
Caulfield and the Badgers will be on the power play to start the third period, which is right after this.
Big Ten fans, gear up and support your...
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
It is 7 p.m.
We crushed Tech by 40. You should be out there celebrating.
Let me smell your breath. Not a trace of Dr. Pepper.
Look what you're doing to her.
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
Let me introduce me.
Play it cool and escape heartburn fast with new Tums Chewy Bites Cooling Sensation.
Emma cares about our kids and our environment. So Emma fills up with unleaded 88 to keep our air cleaner and healthier. And she really likes the money she saves at the pump. Unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind.
We thought we lost everything in that fire. But my independent agent and auto owners made sure we were up and running fast. That's what mattered to us.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance.
T-Mobile's newest, most powerful signal is here. Experience it with the amazing new iPhone 11. And right now, T-Mobile has the best deal on iPhone. Get 4 lines of unlimited with 4 iPhone 11s included for only $35 a line.
Discover automatically matches all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year. Dollar for dollar. Millions of people a year get their cash back matched. What are you waiting for? Unlimited cash back match, only from Discover.
Day 23, I'm about to capture proof of the ivory-billed woodpecker. What?
Battery power runs out.
No.
Lifetime retirement income from TIAA doesn't.
No!
Guaranteed monthly income for life.
Looks like a fun place to be on a Friday night, just like Pagula Ice Arena. The Nittany Lions and Badgers tied up at 2, almost set to start the third period with Dave Starman. I'm Dan Kelly. Welcome up to the broadcast booth. And you felt Wisconsin really showed something there in that period. This is a youthful team, but they passed a few tests.
No question. And I think one of the big tests that they had to pass was after they fell behind 2-1 on a freaky goal. What was their response going to be? How are the youngsters going to go? Last night, their bench got unsettled at times, and as the lead for Penn State went further, the Wisconsin bench really became unraveled. I think tonight, after that 2-1 goal, what were they going to do with it? I thought they were great after that. Lebedev made a couple of big-time saves, and then they managed to earn themselves a goal. Really, really good response by Wisconsin to get us to 2-2.
Yeah, checking out the highlights, there was a lot of responses, and back and forth these two teams went.
Let's go up 1-0 here. And Bauer made a great play in the neutral zone as he zigzagged his way through the coverage, and then he got inside the defenseman, splits the D, gets a stick in a great position. Pavlichev hit him with a perfect pass, and they got the game tied up. And then all week long they've been practicing this. Chump went in, hope it hits a stanchion, and bang one through. They get a gift for a 2-1 lead at a time where both teams were looking to see what they can do to take control of the game. The goaltenders were good, and the response came on the rush, and Kalanick, the captain, with a absolute laser beam, looked like a young Nick Lidstrom with the way he shot the puck there, and that tied the game up at 2 late.
Look at the stats, face-offs, dead even, just one power play goal, that coming from Penn State. As usual, Penn State advantage in shots. Jack Gorniak picked a swell time to pick up his first goal of the season, along with Brandon Byro's first power play goal of the season. What do you think the topic of conversation right now from Guy Godowski in the Nittany Lions dressing room is?
I think that what they're talking about is get back to their game of going north quick, of quick transition, of getting pucks through the neutral zone, and then when they get towards the offensive line, making that decision, is we going to soft chip or are we going to throw pucks to the net? Because they know they like getting pucks to the net, and they like getting their Ds involved. Early on in their game, their defense was much more involved than it has been as the game has gone on. I think they got to get back to that.
What a BTN standout we have for you. The teddy bear toss held during the intermission. All these teddy bears are donated for underprivileged children. Also the charity Fawn, the great charity organization here, student run on the Penn State campus. All proceeds generated for pediatric cancer. Some good moments for the little ones as well, just having some fun and chucking a few teddy bears onto the ice. Some big ones and little ones as well. The quick cleanup, the Zamboni came on, and a lot of teddy bears for some deserving young children. A lot of great traditions on the Penn State campus, and Fawn is one of them. Tradition that is growing now. Also, this hockey program. It's Halloween last night with the inclement weather around here was canceled, or delayed, I should say, until the weekend. And weather cooperating a little better today. And, of course, inside here as well, a sold-out crowd enjoying this one and ready for the third period of action.
Turcotte went 7-4 on draws through the first two periods. Mesner, as always, above 500. He went 4-3. And the guy who's struggling tonight, and it's a guy who's been really good on draws, is the big rig about to take this draw, and that is Pavlichev, who is 3-8 on the night. He's usually better than that.
Sorry, David. Turcotte struggled last night, and he's much better tonight from the playoff circle, or the face-off circle, I should say.
Face-offs are a state of mind, and the more you dial in and trust in what you want to do and how you size up your opponent, the better off your face-offs are going to be.
Badgers begin this third period with an abbreviated power play.
And third period last night, Wisconsin started on the power play as well. And we went through the thought process of sometimes coming out of the dressing room and on the power play is not the greatest thing. We're a little play on right now. If they can win it back to Kalanock, Weissbach is way extended to the right wing side of the ice. So the game plan, if you're Turcotte, draw it back to Kalanock, quickly over left to right to Weissbach, and off they go. And Penn State does a nice job to not let him win it clean.
We'll wind up from Kalanock. Miller stretching to stay onside. To Naples. He was the one sacrificing his leg. Now it's a rush the other way. Pavlichev across. Lebedev the save there on Talavidia. Power play is over.
You can make a case in this game that some of the chances shorthanded have been as good as some of the chances on the power play. Couple 3 or 4 breakaways, a couple of good opportunities, both teams.
It's been a trend this year. These teams have been dangerous shorthanded early on. McMenamin tucked back in front. Holloway recovers it for Wisconsin. Racing the other way is Sean Doogie. Doogie the drive, shouldered aside by Jones. Dangerous puck, bounces in front. Getting a quick look at goal there was Pelton Weiss.
You know, it's funny, both teams, even though the coaches aren't going to talk about it, the mindset as we get a high stick through the neutral zone, the mindset of each team potentially could be the same as it is in overtime, and that is every shot's a good shot. Wisconsin came out firing, and they are not wasting time with shots, and Penn State the same way as they get a good chance shorthanded. Pavlichev chased down a loose puck that hit the skates of Brian Aaron and slowed it down for him. That allowed him to pick it up, and what a stop by Lebedev, who once again, good lateral release. It's one of the biggest things he and Shane Connolly, his goalie coach here at Wisconsin, a former Badger, have worked on, is holding his ground, staying on his feet for that first push.
Limoges the shot, and there is Lebedev down to make the stop again.
And he has just shown confidence all night. He's been square, he's been out, he's had his shoulders forward instead of his shoulders back. His balance has been great, and off the draw, it's a secondary win for Penn State. And once again, watch Lebedev. Good push off, doesn't overslide, and is able to keep himself in a spot where his upper body can control the puck.
Does it ever concern you that he's down too early, or is that just part of today's
Every goalie
goaltender?
on the planet's down too early. Well, it depends. The way that the game is played now, you're not down too early, you're just down. To some of us old guard, you're down too early.
Gobetz is shot off a stick, out of play.
Now, that's a great question because a lot of what we talk about within USA Hockey is, I'm one of the goalie development coordinators for USA Hockey. I handle New York. Now, one of the things that we talk about with all of our national guys is how much can we start to work on getting our goalies to be up a little bit longer? Instead of immediately getting down, what can we start to do to try to keep them on their feet a little bit more, to utilize what Jared Wayman, who used to run Connecticut, is I think the goalie guy in Tampa, what he likes to call a lateral release, and that is to be able to stay on your feet for that extra second, get a good push off, and then get into your slide or your butterfly to make your save.
Messner, far range shot. Peyton Jones deals with it. Mester and Malari there in the far corner tussling for possession. Drag it in the slot, but Badgers still kept to the boards. And that deflects off the glass and out of play.
Borniak was a fourth-round pick a couple of years ago, and one thing that you learn in the scouting world as you go through the draft, you only got 7 rounds, and there's 31, soon to be 32 teams as Seattle gets ready to come in and do some damage. The importance of mid-round picks has never been like it is now. Again, you don't get a lot of picks, and there's a lot of players to split between 32. So your scouting staff and especially your local and regional group really have to do their homework, because you can find some NHL players in the 3rd and 4th rounds if you do your homework.
You don't have to answer, but I think they should be called the Seattle Sockeyes. I can imagine what a jersey that would be.
I'll tell you what, I know that for the 100th anniversary of the Space Needle, the 50th anniversary of the Space Needle, they sealed the last 6 names under consideration in a treasure chest or a time capsule to be opened up somewhere down the road. I'm going to be very honest, I have no idea what the potential names are going to be. I'm just excited that we finally get, or I shouldn't say finally, that we get one, and we get a logo, and we can wear the hat. That's my big thing. I just want a hat.
I've got a big head, Dave. Let's remember that when you send me one.
Yeah, I got a lot of orders coming in.
Here's Holtz. That's rocketed off a stick and out of play again.
Cole Holtz, a guy that Coach Gadowski describes as very low risk, high reward, and you referenced our chance meeting with John Van Beesbrook, Assistant Director of Hockey for USA Hockey, and last night he commented that he looked at Holtz and it reminds him a lot of Alec Martinez of the LA Kings. Alec, a former college player, former CCHA Defenseman of the Year at Miami University, and had a good long career, had a big overtime goal against the Rangers in the 2014 Stanley Cup Finals and win the Cup.
Sean Doogie trying to get the outside. He gets a shot away. Jones makes the save and keeps the puck away. Not out of the zone yet.
Martinez was always a guy with really good details, good simplicity in his game. Sometimes you didn't notice him, and that was a good thing for how well he played. He also had some offensive capability, and Holtz certainly does as well.
That's oftentimes the barometer of whether a defenseman played a good game. If you don't notice him, well, chances are he played a pretty good game. Folks, shot from about 45 feet away. Alex Limoges waiting along the boards. Liam Folks front. Holloway is there and clears for Wisconsin. Swatted in by Evan Barrett. Almost 4 minutes old this 3rd period. Pelton Bice dropping to Lindmark. That's cradled by Jones, and a quick whistle. And we talked about Cale Hulse. He had a hat trick in the first game this season against Sacred Heart. He never had one even as a peewee, bantam, or little guy ever. First career hat trick, and it comes playing Division I college hockey.
Gets himself in a good spot, doesn't waste time. He's got a really good first pass. He's got some deception in his game, which I like. Give you a little head fake, turn one way, go the other. Nice speed, joins the rush, and I really, really like how good a defensive stick he has. And you certainly know he loves playing the Badgers as a Wisconsin native.
Jones reversing up the far wall. Donovan was in front, but checked off the puck. McMenamin will lift it in. Josh S. on the retrieval. Pelton Bice at the end of a shift just dribbles it into the Nittany Lion end. There's Cole Holtz quarterbacking. Byro able to accept that pass. Still races in after it. And eventually finds it, Brandon Byro. Uses the boards to give to Holtz. That dipping puck wide of the target. To Naples. Will keep it alive. Again, it's Cole Holtz. That shot off a skate. Lebedev the save, and it's cleared. Kalnick. Offside called. Right at the Penn State blue line.
Soucy's been good tonight. He's moved pucks. He's competed as always. And the one thing that you'll look at with Soucy is where does he play in terms of his emotional pitch? And I think it's really interesting that he can play hard. He can play with tenacity. He can be a pest and have some sandpaper in his game. But he can also play very much under control and not take an undisciplined penalty.
Badgers have won 14 of the last 16 faceoffs. At the department they struggled mightily in last night. Cole Caulfield from the boards, whiffs on it, gets a second crack and shoves it in front for Alex Turcotte. He spins out along the near boards. Gobetz and Clayton Phillips looking for a safe exit out. Nikita Pavlichev. Sternshine chops it into the zone. Tavedia. Badgers back on it. It's Turcotte for Caulfield. Snell holds in. That's blocked by Alex Turcotte. Snell pushes it in gently. Liam Folks in searching for it. Kicks it loose. Limoges along the right wing boards. Just not handling pucks smoothly here, Penn State. Allows Wisconsin to escape. It's Tarek Baker, all by his lonesome, so we'll wedge it in deep.
Baker had a thought about maybe taking the puck out and regrouping, but you're in a sit, you're 2-2, you're on the road, you're playing well. Don't take pucks in areas where they can continue to go away from you. And I think he made a great decision by buying himself a foot or two and then getting the puck around the rail to the far side.
Seen a lot of fire wagon hockey between these two teams in games past and this weekend, but all of a sudden now turning into more of a defensive battle here in the third period.
It's funny, there are less shots on goal in this game, but it's a better executed game than the one you saw last night. There's a lot more control in this game. There's a lot more structure in this game. There's a lot more of players paying attention to the little things as opposed to last night where it really opened up, and I think at times the game got away from both teams in certain situations. More in Wisconsin. And as Penn State built the lead last night, they were to get a little bit more conservative. With the game staying so tight, neither team has been willing to try to over-open it and allow the other team a chance.
Right in front, Lindmark there with the look, just stabbing it wide. Cole Holtz starts to counter off the stick of Wall. Lebedev takes the initiative to play it himself. Dominic Mersch on the fly. This is Wyatt Kalnick, and he's squeezed out. Well-timed hit by Clayton Phillips. Mersch kicks it loose, but he kicks it loose for Penn State. Byro on for Wall. Confident little cut there. S has lost his stick. Doesn't have time to pick it up. Gobetz initially kept it in, but just too many Badgers. It's Lindmark. Fans on that centering attempt. Byro at the end of his shift, trying to get this puck out.
Compete level right now of both teams is off the charts. Look how hard they are playing for every loose puck. Every puck that drips somewhere or moves somewhere, they're on it.
So tomorrow on BTN, Reggie Corbett and the Red Hot Fighting Illini look to keep rolling when they square off with Rutgers. Big Ten football powered by Unleaded 88 tomorrow, 3:30 Eastern on BTN and the Fox Sports app.
Ty Emerson, member of the National Team Development Program, he and Keandre Miller played together what seems like forever. And Emerson has really benefited from playing with a guy that's an offensive-minded guy that likes to go. It's really taught Emerson how to read plays, when to jump, when not to. And the one thing that Emerson is really good is he's over his edges a lot, which allows him to gain speed and really control gaps.
Televidia in on the forecheck along with Sam Sternshine. Keandre Miller lifting it in for Weisbach. Goes to the boards with Cole Holtz. A numbers up situation. Penn State emerges with the puck out of the dust. Here's Cole Holtz. Penn State, all their passes are hard and crisp. That was intended for Sternshine. It ends up behind the Badger goal. There's Sternshine in front. That pass was cut off by Baker. Here comes Wisconsin, 3-on-2, led by Ryan Holloway. Baker, glove save, Peyton Jones. One of his best of the game. Folks the other way, 1 against 2. It's recovered by Kalnick in Wisconsin. Badgers all of a sudden a little energized, trying to take advantage. There's Holloway, 1 against 2. Loses control of it, and all of a sudden things opening up a little bit here with 10:32 to go in the third.
How much money do you really have?
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
Guy Gadowski talking with his group. And the one thing that I think that he would be emphasizing to them is a little bit of what we discussed earlier, and that is don't get caught by a forward flying the zone. Wisconsin's got a ton of speed up front, and I think it's really important that he continues just to keep in his guys' ears and keep his defensemen talking and make sure everybody on the bench is awake too. The eyes on the bench sometimes can be the best thing to help a defenseman out. If the defenseman falls asleep for a second, doesn't have his head on a swivel, and all of a sudden somebody from Wisconsin is flying the zone, you could be screaming on the bench, hey, get out, get out, get out. I think communication at this point becomes very important for both teams to be the eyes of their defensemen from behind.
Another good one upcoming. It's a doubleheader a little later on. Number 5, Notre Dame taking on Minnesota. Should be a good one as they open up the series. Chris Ben and Fred on the call. Jared Moe, I believe, is getting the start for those Golden Gophers. You know, Notre Dame coached by Jeff Jackson. They'll be ready to play here even early in the season, off to a good start. Here off the face-off. Oh, Inamoto just crushed along the near boards by Gratton, the freshman. Good thing he pops up and looks fine, Inamoto. Gobetz on the point, winds and fires and cranks that wide. In from the point comes Clayton Phillips. Gratton's shot is blocked, drops down for Phillips. Looking to angle that pass off the boards. Badgers on it first, and they'll hoist it right into the Penn State bench. Nothing settled yet. Come down to a defensive battle here in the third period, tied to apiece.
This is
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
It is 7 p.m.
We crushed Tech by 40. You should be out there celebrating.
Let me smell your breath. Not a trace of Dr. Pepper.
Look what you're doing to her.
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
Let me introduce me. Here I come. Yeah. Here I
Some nervous faces. It's almost like overtime now with 9:50 to go in regulation.
Here's a good puck race and a collision where Inamoto got the worst of it. And I think that the Wisconsin bench is thinking, is there a potential of interference? But the Penn State player, if you take a look at him, goes through the hands of the Wisconsin player and gets inside him. The play is on the puck first. For that reason, there's no penalty.
Caulfield, the little chip. Gorniak unable to center that. The big long stick of Chris Malari there to break things up. Brock Caulfield will tip it in deeper. Malari hurriedly up the far wall for Alex Limoges. Driven right back in by the Badgers. Under 10 minutes to go. Malari, Evan Barrett, nice play to get some space. This is Limoges trying to swing it back in front, but a good recovery by Wisconsin and Mick Messner. A wrist shot from the point, thunders off the pad of Lebedev. Cole Caulfield. DeNaples will keep him away from the puck. And now it's Limoges on the left. Sam Sternshine, the drive from distance wide of the target. Sternshine, almost an opportunity there as he stumbles down, and it's Wyatt Kalnick. High, hard, and off the glass safely. Pavlichev. Now a lot of dumping and chasing. Here's Nikita. Pavlichev shoots, save Lebedev, and the rebound pops right back to Wisconsin. Wyatt Kalnick the other way. Cole Caulfield. Wyatt Kalnick shoots. Peyton Jones the save. And now things opening up all of a sudden. Sam Sternshine. Options abound. Scores!
A big save at one end by the goaltender, Peyton Jones, who gets it off to the side, and then Pavlichev off to the races in transition. Here comes Penn State, top of the circle, and what a laser beam from the Long Island native, Sammy Sternshine. No mistake, he knew he was going to shoot, got himself in a good spot, goes short side on the goalie Lebedev, who's in a great position for it. You got a right-handed shot going down on his wing, look short side, put your eyes on the puck. What a shot. Dan, you referenced a second ago about how the teams are going to dump and chase. They're putting pucks in good areas where they can win some races because the lines have been covered. The middle of the ice has been covered. The backside pressure's been covered. So there have been no options, and nobody wants to turn one over in that gray area by the offensive or defensive blue lines to let the other team get into transition. This transition starts off a rebound. It was a good play by Wisconsin and an even better play by Penn State as they pick up the rebound, and it's because they all came back. It's because they had numbers down low. Great offense tends to come from good defense, and their transition back to defense allowed them to have numbers to go the other way. Great job by Penn State.
Week for Sam Sternshine. That's his third goal of the season, second of the series. He scored the opening goal in the first minute last night, and now the potential game winner. Still a lot of hockey to go.
Gosh, I remember watching him as a peewee. Or I should say as a 12U.
Was he 6 foot back then? He's a big lad.
He was always good. Had a really good Select 16 tournament national camp for us and has taken off.
That's the voice of Dave Starman. I'm Dan Kelly, our BTN crew. We've been treated to some high-level hockey. Here's Holloway looking for an opening. Peyton Jones. Get his chest on it. Sean Doogie down low. Kalnick in front. That misses everybody. Cole Holtz reaching for it. And eventually it comes to Cole Holtz.
Good stick by DeNaples. Good stick on stick to prevent anything from happening.
Big doubleheader. Second game of the doubleheader coming up next in Minneapolis as the Gophers host 5th-ranked Notre Dame. That's coming up next on BTN and the Fox Sports app. Here Central Pennsylvania, Penn State campus, 3-2, Nittany Lions lead. They're going for the sweep. Lindmark gets a stick on it. Gobetz. Limoges safely to center. Liam Folks, 1-on-3, so just rolls it in and lives to fight another day. Barrett and Limoges sniffing around for it on the forecheck. They find it. Dominic Mersch in front recovers the possession. Snell stands up Lindmark at the blue line and takes it away.
And I give Tony Granato and the Wisconsin staff a lot of credit. They are using their bench. It's not like they're riding 10 players right now. They are utilizing everybody because they really feel like their team is giving them a big pushback game and they're trusting their personnel.
Keandre Miller up the boards. There's Sam Sternshine, who scored the go-ahead goal for Penn State. Cole Caulfield will redirect it in for Wisconsin. Weissbach, he's flattened behind the goal by Cole Holtz. Badgers trying to buzz the goal. S, right from the bench there. That shot skate save in front by Chris Malari. Weissbach, he is so quick. They're number 9 for Wisconsin. Pavlichev the block, and it's helped out. Penn State racing after it. And there, the back check from Keandre Miller. A nice response there to take it away.
Really good defensive play by Keandre Miller. Everybody raves about his offense. The defensive aspect of his game, if it comes together, he's going to make himself a lot of money at the next level.
Biro. A wrist shot, and that's gloved by Lebedev, and he'll hold on to it. Sternshine lights up Wisconsin and lights up Pagula Ice Arena.
Support your favorite college at Fanatics.com.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
College hockey's not bad, eh?
It's moments like this in front of a big crowd, big rivalry game, late goal, good individual effort, and Sammy Sternshine got this place jumping as the Nittany Lions lead this one 3-2 with just under 5 to go. And a couple things become very, very important right now. The student section is jumping the roar zone. Face-offs, possession become huge right now. And Penn State is a really good face-off team.
Great sights and sounds of college hockey. Clayton Phillips, wrist shot deflecting wide. Gobetz will give it a try. All lanes are covered. Clayton Phillips has to back off a little bit. He sees Wisconsin easing their way towards that blue line. Gobetz takes a chance. Gobetz again driving forward. Able to kick it free for Nate Soucies. Fans on that pass, but the determination from Soucies, he just wouldn't stop, and he's now able to knock it in. DeNaples wins the race. This is McEachern up with it. McMenamin.
Watch the dump-ins. Every dump-in that each team does, or every chip, is going to try to be in a spot where defensemen is going to have a hard time picking it up clean and going, and the offensive team can get their F1 in there for pressure. It's strategic, it's planned, it's purposeful, and keep an eye on it because a really good chip like that can lead to a goal.
Miller initially bobbled it, settles it down. The shot deflects. The pads of Peyton Jones keep that puck away. Back comes Penn State at the end of a shift. Just trying to dump it in, and it ends up deflecting into the Badgers bench. Some anxious faces hoping they can complete the sweep tonight. After a disappointing season last year, it looks like they might be up to their old ways. winning a lot of hockey games and scoring a lot of goals.
Well, the one thing that you want to learn from your team, you know you can score, you know you can win a game 7-5, you know you can win a game 6-3. Can you win a game 3-2? Can you win a game 2-1? Because once you get to the national tournament offense, especially the regionals, that's a hard 2 games to win the regionals. I think they're the hardest 2 games to win in the entire season. You have bad ice, you're playing teams you haven't seen. A lot of the times, those are the games where you got to figure out how to win 3-2. And games like this can go a long way towards, once you get to the regionals, knowing how to manage a game and manage the mood swings of a tight one.
Was the #1 star last night with 38 saves. Peyton Jones, 5-0 record, leading the conference with a 95% save percentage, looking to have a bounce back year, and so far so good for the big senior. 3 minutes to go. Cole Caulfield showing those soft hands to gain entry. Weissbach's shot hits the protective netting, so we hear a whistle.
And Wisconsin able to get through the center of the ice as Caulfield can dangle himself across the blue line and create a chance. And you know, one of the themes for Penn State when it comes to Caulfield has been tight gaps and being on his stick. And Caulfield has been kept, you can never control him, but you can try to contain him. And they've done a pretty good job of containing him tonight. Keep an eye on the goaltender. I'm thinking about 2:15 and offensive zone possession. But the one thing I think is important when you're going to move your goalie out is where you are in your shift. If you're late in the shift, the last thing you want to do is pull the goalie, because fatigue can create that empty net goal against.
There's Baker, just won a race to that puck and almost created a wonderful scoring opportunity. Emberson rifles it across for Keandre Miller. That's patted aside by Peyton Jones. Evan Barrett with the clear.
See, if I'm Wisconsin right now, I'm trying to get this group off because they've been out there a little bit. You get the next group on fresh and you get offensive zone possession. Now you're thinking about it. But not when you get tired bodies out there. That could work against you quickly.
Caulfield.
See, they get their change finished. Here he comes.
Extra skater on. Badgers' goal is vacant. Wyatt Kalnick deals down to Alex Turcotte. Ryan Holloway. Minute 45 to go in regulation. A stumble from Holloway. Does that open the door for a Penn State clearance? They continue to fight along the wall. Finally squirts loose right to Nate Soucy's. Scores! Good night, Wisconsin.
Oh, Dan, this is what this game's all about. The passion of your fan base, your student body, everybody going crazy. Wisconsin just trying to make a good play to a third-man high, and it didn't connect. As somewhat of a blind pass winds up on a Penn State stick and goes the length of the ice for the empty net goal. Wisconsin had everything they wanted. They had their best 6 players on the ice, fresh, with possession, and the goalie out. And Penn State withstood it.
54th career goal for Nate Soucy. That ties a Penn State record for career goals. Their history just forming. 70 seconds left. Lebedev back in goal. That's driven wide. Rebound is wide as well. Sean Doogie trying to knock it in front. Pelton Bice. There's Sean Doogie. Leaks by him. And it's Grattan easily to center.
I'll tell you what, after this game, Malari and Snell, the defense pair for Wisconsin, 4 and 16, they have been really, really good. They've blocked shots. They've been strong. They've been good with their sticks down low. There you see Soucy, who just tied the franchise record. I shouldn't say franchise, tied the school record, as you mentioned. But I have loved the game that Malari and Snell gave to Penn State in their own end. A very under-the-radar, strong performance by that duo. I think this kid Snell's got a nice future here.
What a start to conference play for Penn State, 2-0, with the sweep of Wisconsin about to occur. Puck was hit with a high stick, is why we hear the whistle.
Guy Gadowski's got to be ecstatic with the 2 wins leading to the conference play, getting it started. Remember, the theme for Penn State this week was, it's not about who we're playing, it's about how we're playing. And I think he's going to be really happy that they shored up some holes. And remember, they had the disappointing loss to Alaska 4-0. They didn't like the way they played in the game against Robert Morris. And the coaching staff didn't feel the response to the shutout to Alaska was there. I think he's going to love the response from this weekend.
Better to struggle early than late. Turcotte from a tight angle, big rebound available. That's swung wide by Caulfield. Caulfield again missing that to the empty net, this time wide, but it won't matter. Time for one final face-off.
Conversely, if you look at Wisconsin right now, as you see the celebration for Penn State, and nothing better than a sweep at home of a division rival. If you look at Wisconsin, with the way they played tonight, they're going to hate last night's game even more, because you knew they were going to push back, you knew they were going to play better, but they really showed how well they can play tonight. And if they play this consistently for stretches of the season, Wisconsin is in business.
Penn State sweeps Wisconsin. A lot of happy Penn Staters. They knock off and sweep a quality Wisconsin team ranked number 7 who's been climbing the charts. Coming up next, number 5, Notre Dame at Minnesota. For Dave Starman, I'm Dan Kelly and the BTN crew. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your night and stay tuned to BTN for another great tilt. This one from the land of 10,000 lakes.
Welcome into this game break. What a night for Big Ten college hockey. An upset special already taking place in Happy Valley, and the Golden Gophers are looking to do the same against Notre Dame. But they're going to get past senior Mike O'Leary if they want to do that. He is tied for the NCAA lead with nearly 3 points per game, as the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are ranked top 5 in the nation currently. On the other side of this matchup, Minnesota's Sammy Walker, also on a tear himself. He has scored a goal in 4 of Minnesota's 6 games this season. The 2019 Big Ten Freshman of the Year, looking to have another big night tonight, and they're going to need it. This is the youngest team in the nation for Minnesota, looking to get an upset over Notre Dame. Brandon McManus, also a key part of this one, leading all active Gophers with 5 career points against Notre Dame. Fred Pletch is on site with their head coach in just a moment. But Cal Burke on the other side of this one for Notre Dame, named the Big Ten's 2nd Star of the Week on a tear as well. Notre Dame and Minnesota in a series that dates back to 1925. A doubleheader coming your way right here on Big Ten Network. What's not to love about an upset already happening in Happy Valley and a possible upset brewing in Minneapolis? But can the youngest team in the nation pull it off against Notre Dame? We shall see. You're going to have to stay tuned to find out that game coming your way right after this.